So, good day. So, this is my understanding and lesson 1 to 4 and my learned. So, in lesson 1, I learned that for those unfamiliar, badminton entails using a battledore and shuttlecock played with side across a string strung from 5 feet from the ground as described by a magazine. The game maybe have been created by officers serving abroad. British and India was the birthplace of the modern games of tennis since in 1992 Summer Olympics. Badminton has been featured in both men and women's single competitions as well as the men and women doubles competition. And the returning of the officers of the Royal Navy started in a badminton club in Folkestone by 1875. The badminton club revised the rules in 1890. Hart and Bagnall Wild revised the rules again, and the Badminton Association of England, or the BAE, published these rules in 1893, marking the sports officials' debut in the country. The first ever Sting badminton tournament was trying all the England Open Badminton Championship for men's double held by the BAE in 2005. It was possible to play both men's and women's doubles in 1899. So the first England-Ireland championship match was played in 1904. A single competition were introduced in 1900. In the 1920s, the badminton was introduced to the Philippines by expats from the United Kingdom and the United States. Mr. Adriano Torres, the first national men's of single championship, won the ranking in 1949. In 1950, the Philippines established the world's 21st Badminton Federations, or the IBF. The Philippines national badminton team won its first international title in the men's division at 1966 triangular meet in Vietnam. Armando Yanga, Conrado Co, and Jaime Gapas, Renato Navarro, and Danny So. Countries like Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and the Philippines all took part in the competitions. Philippines national team won the Thomas Cup's debut game the year 1984. So Melvin Lanes made history in the 1992 when he won the prize, the Prince Asian Juniors Championship for players at the age of 16 on behalf of the Philippines. In 1992, the Philippines competed for the first time in the Uber Cup event, and they won their matches against Tanzania. In 1998, the Philippines women teams repeated the feat at the Uber Cup Asian Zonal Championship, beating Mauritius 3-2. So in contrast with the lesson 1, through this I learned how the nature of the badminton being played and able to appreciate the evolutions and historical background of being developed through the badminton games. And now we'll proceed to the lesson 2. In the lesson 2, it helps me to understand and how to demonstrate through the spirit of sport in the celebrations of human body and mind. And this is a reflection in the value that we find in through the sports. So in lesson 2, throughout my understanding, I learned about the sports in the celebrations of the human spirit, and it could be found through sports. And these values include the ethics, fair play of honesty and health, and excellency in performance, and respect for the rules and laws for self and other participants, and also have a courage. So in lesson 3, it helps me to understand and focus specifically on the proper ethics and etiquettes that can I learned in the badminton, and help us or everyone to be fair and understand the person throughout the environment. And in contrast, I learned practice and ethics in the badminton at all times. Realize that importance of proper etiquettes in spirit of fair play throughout the games, and treating everyone and the same, helping each other, is all part of the badminton spirit and sportsmanship. That how you present yourself in the court is a reflections of the kind of a player that you are or will be. So striking to the rules and abiding the laws of the badminton will be help shape you into become a better person. So in lesson 4, these lessons helped me for true understanding. I was able to have a familiar in terms of badminton, and it will help you easily to understand the language of badminton during actual games or competitions. Maybe somehow I will be applied and able to make things right during the games. So, and that's all for my understanding and learnings throughout the module 1, lesson 1 to 4. Thank you.